Hi everyone, it's Giselle with a message for today, and I wanted to do an energy update for the full moon in Aries that's coming up. And yeah, I've been posting some videos in preparation for this, especially the meditation that you'll see before this video is intended to be used, well, at any time really, but especially for this full moon, because I'm feeling very empowered, and um, the words I've been getting for this energy update are upgrading, empowerment, rebirth, and believing in yourself. So some of the things that I've been going through, and of course, amazingly, I'm getting feedback from my clients that I work with, that they're also going through similar things, is that I'm really needing to focus on my own healing. And I've been doing that because for the longest time, of course, I've been doing healings here for twin flame, divine feminines and masculines who come to me through this channel. And yeah, of course I would prioritize that, but then I found that I was actually neglecting myself a bit, and the message that came through to me very strongly was, put yourself first. Don't just do your work and then neglect yourself, basically. And that message has come through very strongly for a lot of my clients as well, who I've been working with. You know, they're always so quick to help others, buy healings for others, and help any way they can, and then they find that they're depleted and that they haven't actually helped themselves at all. And this is a very strong message now to put yourself first. So this is what I've been doing for myself, is going through a lot of healing to ensure that I get rid of any energies that are keeping me stuck or held back from upgrading, from achieving my potential, and truly elevating, not just energetically but physically, and seeing tangible changes in my life as well. And in all areas, really: health, work, love life, living situation, all sorts of things like that. So whilst doing that, doing the healings for myself, I've actually come across a few hurdles. One of them being that I needed to believe in myself more. And when you are feeling a little bit stuck or anxious or scared, you often forget your successes. But this is what they wanted me to remember, is I do have a lot of successes that I shouldn't dismiss, you know? And I need to recall them to feel empowered and to know that I was able to do that before. Well, I can do that again and more. And my success story in energy work and healing, and this sounds crazy, and I've told this story before, but it is the one that I refer to the most because it's just the most unlikely, and to this day I still don't understand how it happened, but it's to do with a key. And this was my friend's key, who I kept it on my bunch of keys. And to this day, my friend comes to me whenever they lock themselves out of their flat, which happens more than it should. But this one year, and this was back in 2014, so it was quite a while ago, and this was me kind of in the early stages of my practical energy work journey, where I was, doing or getting into doing healing and other energy work to make tangible manifestations happen, that are quite unlikely to happen. I began to develop my telepathy with animals, because also, yeah, this is another story, but we'll get to my main story, I promise. There are always seagulls in our area because we live by the bay, and they rip people's bin bags open when they are being put out for collection day. And it frustrated me so much because I just didn't want to come home or go downstairs the next day and see that the council hadn't collected my bin because the seagulls had ripped everything open, basically, and strewn all my rubbish all over the street. So I made a pact with them. I said, please don't rip my bin bags open. Thank you very much. And it worked, because now they don't rip my bin bags open. But unfortunately, they still do with my neighbors. And one particular neighbor who was very difficult, who now no longer lives here because the landlord decided not to extend his contract. He was very horrible to his girlfriend, and yeah. But that was proof that it worked, my little pact with the seagulls, because his bin bags were always ripped open and mine weren't. So, yep. Anyway, going back to the story about the key. So I was going home one night in the dark, and my friend's key bunch was on like a little key ring that had a loose part, and I didn't realize it until I took it out of my pocket and it ripped away from the rest of my keys, and his keys fell into the gutter. And I thought, oh my God. I put my torch on it and I tried to see where it could be, and it was gone. It was nowhere to be seen, but I did hear it falling through the grid. And so, yeah, it was gone. And then I thought, oh my God, there is no way. Oh, he's going to be furious with me. Oh no, what am I going to do? So I went home and didn't tell him. And I did just frantically try and look for answers, and I, out of desperation, found this little prayer to help retrieve lost objects. And I thought, do you know what? Got nothing to lose. So it was only a very short prayer, and I just did it. And I thought, you know what? There's nothing more I can do now. Literally just nothing. And so the following day, my friend gave me a call, and he said to me, did you post my keys through the letterbox, or did you leave it on the little desk where everyone keeps their post downstairs in my building? And I said, yeah, that was me. Because I was just, firstly, confused, and secondly, I just didn't want him to freak out at me if I told him the real story of what had happened. So then I saw him later on, and he gave me the key back because he wanted me to keep it for, in case he locks himself out of his apartment. And I think it was maybe a week or a few days later, I said to him, the keys that you saw posted through the letterbox and that was left on your table downstairs? He said, yeah. Well, I didn't post it through the letterbox, I said. I don't know who did, but what really happened was I lost your keys. They dropped out of my pocket and fell into the gutter in the street. And he looked at me like, how? Your keys are right there. We just tested them and they work. Yeah, these are your keys, I said to him. It's got the exact tag. I had like a little, you can buy those color-coded key tag things so you know which is which. They're the exact one. And, yeah, I said to him, well, yeah, these are 100% your keys, except I did lose them, I can promise you, and I was freaking out. And then you called me the next day saying that you had found them downstairs. So this is one of the success stories that I have to remember whenever I doubt myself, whenever I feel a little bit, just not that great about progressing on, because this spiritual journey, as magical and beautiful as it is, it can be very exhausting at times. And when you're drained, I mean, I have more than this story, of course. Like, this was just the beginning. This was just essentially opened the way for me to really be doing this work, and I have so many more success stories from all of you, all of my clients who have requested me to help them with energy work and healings. Yet I find myself, and I have found myself in the last few months and weeks especially, feeling very down. And so I was told to remember my success. And this key story is the key to my success, pun intended, because it really does show that anything is possible. I mean, that's the most unlikely thing I've ever come across. And I've done other amazing healing work, but that story really just is inexplicable. Um yeah, so what they want you to know as well, for those who are watching during this energy update and, the full moon in Aries, is that if you're feeling shaky or doubtful about yourself, think back about one of your success stories. And I'm sure you'll have one, at least one. And hold on to that and really feel empowered by that success, And my key story for me is just so amazing. It's so magical, the energy of it, that it really does make me feel empowered. And so the other thing that they have shown me for this energy upgrade is truly healing from the past in ways that are really felt energetically, but also tangibly in your everyday life. And for me, it's truly being emotionally detached and free from childhood pains, from past relationship pains, things like that, Don't want to take those things with me. And so I've worked really hard. I think I have actually posted a video about this, but when I was doing energy work about my early childhood, which I thought I already had addressed years ago, but apparently not, and I had to do some more work. It was trying to reinstill a sense of security and stability within myself, but because of that really painful work I had to do, it really drained and blocked, well, what felt like blocking, because it was essentially locked, my base chakra. And so my back was out for 2 or 3 days, to the point where I couldn't stand up straight. I was actually locked at, is it a 90-degree angle? Yeah, because I honest to God, I couldn't stand up, and it was the most horrendous thing, very painful. But as I worked through that childhood pain, that chakra also became unblocked, and I was able to stand up straight again. And it's not like regular back pain where, I don't know, you do some heavy lifting the wrong way or did some strenuous exercise. I wasn't doing anything crazy that day at all, really. But I do remember doing the dishes and working through a lot of my issues as I was doing that. And then after I'd done the dishes, I went to have a lie down. And as I wanted to stand up to make myself a cup of tea, I couldn't, because I couldn't stand up. I couldn't even walk. It was that bad. Yeah, the first day I couldn't walk. The second day I couldn't stand up straight. I was locked in a position and I could only walk very slowly. And the third day started to ease, but oh my goodness, it was the most horrendous thing. Yeah, so working through your whatever issues they are from childhood, from early adulthood, from your first relationships, because your first relationships carry a lot of the energy that your family situation has shown you, and not just your family situation, but your, early influential people like teachers and people who are supposed to be taking care of you. A lot of that is projected in your early relationships. And a lot of people have come to me, not just on this journey, but also people that I work with through a third party psychic line. They say stuff like, well, why are they constantly repeating the same relationships over and over? And it's because they haven't healed. They haven't healed from the old relationships, so therefore the lesson hasn't been learned, and therefore they keep repeating everything. But now is the time to really cut that off, and I have had dreams indicating to me that I have cut them off finally, thank goodness. Whereas before I felt scared and terrorized by one particular person I dated in dreams. They would always feel like nightmares and I'd always be scared. Now I don't. Now I even do things to taunt them. In a way, it's really weird. Like, I wouldn't do that in real life. Obviously, I wouldn't have nothing to do with that person. But in my dream, I really went for it. Like, I was really just like, you know what? I'm going to show you who's the boss, and that's me. And you can't do anything to harm me or make me feel scared or anything like that. So, yeah, energetically, things have started to balance out a lot more. And to the point where my guidance is saying to me, don't just try to recreate your successes, recreate them, but then some more, Go above what you've done before. Elevate yourself in ways that surprise you, but that are also in alignment with your dreams. So this full moon, I feel, because I'm an Aries, I feel very empowered by. I feel very fiery, very motivated, inspired to truly go for it. And this is what I want for you as well. For everyone who's watching this video and is feeling that it resonates with them, go for it. You are limitless, really. You don't have to just, stick to what you know. You can go for whatever. And that's why I also post that meditation, the video before this one, is to help you step into that energy that you are worthy and that you will upgrade. Because we all want upgrades. We don't want to downgrade, really, do we? We want to upgrade. We want to elevate. We want to excel at whatever it is that we feel drawn to and we feel inspired by. So grab that opportunity. Make that success a reality. Also, another inspiring thing is that a few of my clients who I've helped on this journey, who have managed to upgrade their jobs, before we used to chat during, our sessions, our readings or coaching sessions, and their jobs used to be one of the main things they would talk to me about. Now they just haven't mentioned their jobs at all. And what's more, for some of them, not only did they get the job of their dreams and the salary of their dreams, but opportunities have presented themselves out of the blue for some of my clients. And they're like, well, this is what I kind of wanted, but I haven't even taken practical steps to getting it, and it just presented itself to me. But that's what happens when you upgrade, is it almost starts to go on autopilot. Your subconscious is aware that you have to upgrade, that you're not going to remain stagnant. So it kind of already looks for ways and attracts ways of upgrading you automatically. And for those of you who haven't attained your ideal situations or jobs, now is the time to really look at that and focus on that, and to really think, what is it? What is my ideal job? The more specific you are, the more the universe knows to respond, because when we're vague, we get vague. I give this example all the time, but when I was young, I wanted a relationship. I said, universe, I would like a relationship. I didn't specify, so what did I get? A truly awful one that taught me lots of lessons. But yeah, I wasn't specific, so I did get a relationship, just not a good one. So if you are specific, like one of my clients had a specific amount in mind and they said, you know what, my next job is going to be, or I want my next job to be this amount of money per year, and I don't want any less than that. Not only did they receive that job within a year of us working together to get them that job, but they got even a bit more than what they asked for, which is truly amazing. And this is what I would want for all of us here on this journey, is to elevate and to upgrade in whatever areas. And it's not just about jobs, but of course work is an important part because we spend a lot of our lives doing it. So, but I also want you to upgrade in every other area. The simplest way is just to write it down. Just write it down and see what happens. But of course, believe it. Believe that it's possible, and refer back to your success story. We all have one. Mine is the key one. You'll have your own. And when you're feeling a little bit down or a little bit uninspired, go back to that story and use that as inspiration and fuel for your next upgrade. If you would like to connect to me, all my details are in the description. I am offering special offers this month on readings, healings, and channeled letters. All of those offers are on my community page. You can buy 4 sessions at 25% off, so you buy 3 and get the 4th free, or you can get 10 sessions at 40% off. And yeah, if you have any questions, do feel free to email me. My details are in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.